please start.
Everyone's a star and deserves a right to twinkle. Good evening.
Sir joined, Pradhan sir joined or not? Somebody to check, please.
Yes, ma'am. He has joined.
He is joined? Achha. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I just saw Director BBB.
हाँ ठीक है. Please start.
Let me again check.
Everyone's a star and deserves a right to twinkle. Good evening, esteemed dignitaries, participants, as well as respective coordinating teachers of various schools, viewers, and my dear colleagues. I heartily welcome you to the online 49th Munshi Memorial Inter-School Recitation and Leelavati Painting Competition 2022 Prize Distribution Ceremony. Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity that expels the darkness out of our life. Similarly, blessings bring in our life prosperity and happiness. Let us make this evening a blessed one and invoke Goddess Saraswati by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. For an auspicious beginning, we shall now have the virtual lighting of the ceremonial lamp.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
Today we have amongst us Shri Ashok Pradhan, Director, BHAVAN'S Delhi Kendra, who is a constant source of support, motivation, and encouragement for us. We heartily welcome you, sir. Other dignitaries present include Shri Rajesh Mishra, Registrar, Delhi Kendra, Dr. Anil Kumar Sharma, Regional Education Officer, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and Dr. C.K. Arya, Manager, MEHTA Vidyalaya. I would also like to take this opportunity to cordially welcome Dr. Anju Tandon, the school principal, MEHTA Vidyalaya, and Mrs. Alka Jaiswal, the vice principal. I would now like to invite Dr. Anju Tandon, school principal, MEHTA Vidyalaya, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you so much. Good evening and warm greetings to one and all present here. Our most honorable director, Sir Shri Ashok Pradhan, our registrar, Sir Shri Rajesh Mishra, manager, Sir Shri C.K. Arya, regional education officer, Mr. Sharma, deputy registrar, Shri Bharadwaj, all the dignitaries present here today in today's online function, respected coordinating teachers from various schools, participants and viewers. It's a great pleasure that I welcome you to all to the second online and 49th Munshi Memorial Recitation Competition and Leelavati Munshi Memorial Painting Competition 2022. Prize distribution ceremony. This annual event is held in the memory of our revered founder father Kulpati K.M. Munshi ji and is a celebration of Indian poetry and art. The enthusiastic participation of students of 25 different schools of Delhi NCR this year is indeed most heartening for all of us. The competition covers 5 events, that is English and Hindi recitation, sub-junior, junior and senior category, Sanskrit Shloka Gyan, that is in the junior and senior category, as well as painting for general sub-juniors, juniors, senior category, and painting for specially abled children. The creative endeavors of our participants in their paintings and in their poetry recitation and their excellent performance throughout the event is highly laudable. As you await with bated breath for the announcement of results for this esteemed competition, which is really looked forward by most of the leading schools of Delhi, I would like to share with you a quote of Michael Jordan. You have competition every day because you set high standards for yourself and you have to go out every day and live up to that. While prizes are a way to inculcate competitive spirit in all the participants, the high standards that you set for yourself and strive to reach in this process opens up new dimension in your lives. There may be many amongst us who may not win the prize today, but let me assure you that each one of you is a winner. You have taken part in this competition, and even if you do not win a prize and see where you have lagged, will add a new life skill to your life. And this is how you have to sustain and move ahead. So I wish you all the best, and we are very, very happy that so many leading schools of Delhi are present today and anxiously waiting for the announcements of the results. Thank you so much. Once again, a hearty welcome to all the dignitaries present. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, MEHTA Vidyalaya holds this coveted inter-school competition every year in honor of its founder father, Kulpati Dr. K.M. Munshi. Munshi ji was a noted literator, a scholar, a man of letters, a novelist, and a dramatist of great distinction. To remember him, I invite Dr. C.K. Arya, manager, MEHTA Vidyalaya, to speak a few words.
Arya sir, unmute kariye. Arya sir. I think we are not able to reach out to Arya sir. We can move ahead because director sir is will be getting late. So let's move ahead. In case if he is available, we'll read.
Okay, ma'am. Palak, please.
This year, the recitation and the painting competition started out with the registrations that have been open from 4th to 12th April, submissions from 11th to 19th April, and today, culmination of the prize distribution ceremony, bringing down the curtains at the lengthy preparations, planning, and execution of 4 important events. That is, English recitation, Hindi recitation, Sanskrit shloka gayan, and painting competition, both for general and differently abled categories. These recitation and gayan competition events have been split into 8 categories, while painting competition event has been split into 5 categories. Let us now watch a video compilation of some rare photographs of our respected founder father, Dr. K.M. Munshi, as well as what renowned personalities have to say about him through a walk down the memory lane.
Founded in 1938, a decade before the advent of India's independence, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan had modest and humble beginnings. Over the years, it has steadily grown into a comprehensive organization, the only one of its kind in India, thus fulfilling the grand future that had been envisioned by our founder father, Kulpati K.M. Munshi. Munshi ji was a versatile personality who, having accrued fame as a lawyer, author, and a freedom fighter, had set his sights upon revitalizing the age old culture of India. As an educationist, he strongly advocated for providing Indians with good quality education imbibed with the moral and spiritual knowledge of our culture. His goal was to create an environment for young minds that would bridge the gap between tradition and technology, thus giving them the best of both worlds. Munshiji established Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan as the first step towards realizing his dream. Today, Bhavan has over 375 centers spread over 125 countries, each striving for the ideal education that our founder father had sought.
Three-quarters of a century ago, Munshi ji could foretell the impending turmoil over the moral and ethical values. He believed that freedom would be meaningless and worthless unless cultural, ethical and moral values are enshrined in the hearts and minds of our people. Munshi ji therefore felt the need to create an institution that could begin to bring about in a small way a tangible change through the education. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, which was started as an institution, is now a massive cultural and educational movement. It is a moral movement that steers people towards a life guided by ethics. The Bhavan is today rendering human service to the people of our nation and through them to entire humankind.
Therefore, in keeping with the legacy of Kulpati K.M. Munshi, Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya organizes the Munshi Memorial Recitation Competition and the Leelavati Munshi Painting Competition every year in honor of our founder father and the ideals he so strongly believed in. The competition encompasses a plethora of events ranging from poetry recitation in Hindi, Sanskrit, and English to elocutions, debates, enactments, and painting contests for general category as well as for differently abled children, each held with the intention of inculcating traditional and cultural knowledge in the students. Every year, The event has witnessed enthusiastic participation from several schools all over Delhi and has been a favorite amongst all who have been a part of it. This year, too, in spite of all the challenges and roadblocks, we hope to carry forward this wonderful tradition and uphold the founding values of our noble institution.
I next invite our Honorable Chief Guest of the evening, Shri Ashok Pradhan, Director, Bhavan's Delhi Kendra, to address the gathering.
I first would like to thank Bharatiya Vidya for organizing this event every year to remember Kulpati K. M. Munshi ji and let the young generation, that is our students, to know about Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and what Munshi ji had thought of and established Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. It is indeed a good event of a prize distribution ceremony being done virtually for Munshi Memorial Recitation Competition and for Lilavati Munshi Memorial Painting Competition. And the type of events that have taken place for this, I do not want to go through that because all students and teachers present have gone through this thing. But I would like to say very clearly that I'm extremely happy and thank on behalf of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan for 25 schools of NCR for allowing their students to join this event. I am thankful to the students who have joined and taken part in this competition. And I congratulate all of them who would be receiving prizes for their successful and good presentation in this event. And that is a very good thing to happen for Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. But all those, as the principal said, who are not getting any awards are also welcome. And I congratulate and thank them for joining the event. Now, shortly it was said what the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is, how big it is, how many institutions it has. But a few things I thought I must share with the teachers of the 25 schools and the students who have joined, to tell them that Bhavan was set up in 1938 as a registered society, later on as a charitable trust, and a non-profit organization with more than 90 schools today in India and 10 schools abroad, and a number of centers. That has already been said. Now the question is this: what was K. M. Munshi ji? K. M. Munshi ji, all of us should know, was a freedom fighter. He was very close to Mahatma Gandhi ji, and it was the blessings of Mahatma Gandhi that Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan was set up in 1938. Other thing which is important is that Munshi ji participated in the constitution making process of 1945-46 onwards, and contributed very much for the new constitution of India, which is it's the formation of the new constitution, which is in existence today. And he was a great literature. He has written a lot of things in Gujarati language because he was from Gujarat, and English language. And he always thought that the education is important. The education is a means for promoting India's culture, Sanskrit and Sanskriti. This is how this institution was set up. And you will be very happy to know that Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is the recipient of Gandhi Peace Prize given to it in 2002. This is the only institution other than Ramakrishna Mission to receive such a big international Gandhi Peace Prize. That is what it is. Now the question is this. K.M. Munshi was a minister in the Jawaharlal Nehru cabinet, and then he was governor of Uttar Pradesh state, and he was governor of Uttar Pradesh state and also chancellor, that is the Kulpati of Allahabad University. And that is why everyone used the Kulpati Kanhaiyalal Maneklal Munshi. And Kulpati is, as he was the chairman, he was the chancellor of Allahabad University. And a lot of people will be happy to know that as a student of Allahabad University in 1957, I was lucky to have met him, received him in a function as a chancellor. And at that time, of course, I did not know that I will have an opportunity to work for Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And that is how I met him in 1957, only once. And that is how I know a little more about him. Now the question is, what is the objective of Munshi when we talk of education? I must tell you that in his view, I'll quote, a school or a university cannot afford to ignore the cultural aspects of education, whatever studies it specializes in. It's important to note, science is a means. It's a means, not an end. Whereas culture is an end itself, in itself. Even though you may ultimately become a scientist, a doctor, or an engineer, you must absorb fundamental values which will make you a man of culture. That is what he's saying for the students who are students of a school or any other education institution. He further says that an engineer has not merely to build bridges, he has to be a devoted husband, a kind father, a friendly neighbor, a dutiful citizen, and a man true to himself. He will have trials and tribulations. His heart will fail him at times. He will then need the strength which true cultural learning can give. That means, what is important for any individual and for our students to be associated with the culture and absorb the basic aspects of our cultural heritage, that is good values, which will make him behave with others properly and also in children. Having told about the students, I'll also like to tell my students and our guest students, what did he think about the teachers? What is the role of the teachers? I'm just quoting him. Quote, the teacher's role should create in him a devotion to learning. Learning has to be both a means and an end. Without such an ideal, the teacher's profession cannot be restored to that prestige which is his due, nor can he, like the rishis of the old, have a sense of fulfillment. Further, the teacher is the principal driving force in dynamic society. Please note, the teacher is the principal driving force in dynamic society, and his leadership is most essential to free India, which is being built up anew from the bottom up. This, of course, he wrote a long time back, but is relevant even today. So I thought I'll share with my guest students and guest teachers what Munshi thought about the education of our students and our teachers. And the very purpose of the event on Munshi Memorial International School recitation, and about his wife, Leelavati Munshi, who was also a good scholar, is really to remember them, know their contribution, and knowing their contribution makes us and the students to realize how India's cultural heritage is important for their being a good human being, a good student, and a good professional, and a good citizen of the country. This is what I thought I'll share with all of you. And with these words, I again congratulate all the students who are receiving the awards today, and all the 25 schools.
I think sir disconnect हो गए. Sir, Pradhan sir is now disconnected, I think. मैं फोन करती हूँ. Just wait for a minute. He is connecting again. Just wait for 1 minute.
I think सर मोबाइल से ज्वाइन करा है सर.
हाँ, सर ने मोबाइल से ज्वाइन किया. शायद कोई टेक्निकल ग्लिच है वहाँ कैंपस में. जी सर, वेलकम अगेन सर. आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए सर. आप अनम्यूट करिए.
कर दिया मैंने, म्यूट कर दिया.
जी जी जी.
बोलिए.
आपका डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था सर.
नहीं वो तो ठीक है. आपकी स्पीच चल रही थी, खत्म हो गई है ना, बोल चुका.
आपका लास्ट पार्ट जो है सम अप करने का, वो हम लोग नहीं सुन पाए सर. आपका लास्ट पार्ट जो है सम अप करने का वो नहीं सुन पाए थे, यदि क्योंकि वो फ्रीज हो गया था आपका. और आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए सर।
I said I mentioned about Kulpati Munshi ji that he was a minister in the Jawaharlal Nehru cabinet. Then he was governor of Uttar Pradesh and also chancellor of Allahabad University. And that is how he is known as Kulpati, that is a chancellor of Allahabad University. And I was lucky to have met him in 1957 at Allahabad University. Now, his contribution about, or his thoughts about students, thoughts about the teachers, I have already shared. And at this, not taking more time, I wish to congratulate all the students who are receiving prizes today in those two competitions. And I'm thankful to the management of the 25 schools whose students have joined this event. And I'm sure, besides joining this competition, the very fact that they would know a little bit about Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, about its intention, its objective, about what education's basic objective is according to K.M. Munshi, to be associated with India's cultural heritage, to absorb from our cultural heritage what is good for an individual, to be a good human being, a good social person, a good citizen, and how to be hopeful and strong even when in some areas failure comes to his mind. That is what I quoted. With these words, I again thank MEHTA Vidyalaya and others for organizing this and giving me an opportunity to speak about Kulpati Munshi ji. And I want to offer my respect to K.M. Munshi ji on this event when it is done in his name. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those pearls of wisdom. To bless all the participants of this competition, I invite Dr. A.K. Sharma, Regional Education Officer, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, New Delhi.
Thank you. Thank you, Palak. Esteemed Director, sir, Shri Ashok Pradhan ji, Registrar, Shri Mishra ji, Deputy Registrar, Bhardwaj ji, Principal, Dr. Anju Tandon, Manager, Dr. C.K. Arya, Vice Principal, Mrs. Jaiswal, all dignitaries, teachers from the different schools, and my dear budding artist. First, I congratulate all the prize winners who are present here today to receive their prizes. And today, two very important things are there. The one is International Dance Day that we are celebrating today. It is directly connected with you. So I thought that I must share with you that never dance to impress others, but always dance to express yourself. And in this way, you can impress each and everyone. So this is the first thing that is very important for this day. And second is that today we are also celebrating Raja Ravi Verma Jayanti. Raja Ravi Verma was a prominent artist of India, and he has painted a lot of famous paintings under the Mysore kingdom. Now we're coming to the Sanskriti and Sanskrit. Sanskriti means Kala and Sahitya. a number of, if we talk about the arts, then visual and performing arts. So why art? If you see the new education policy, they are talking a lot about the art, because the art promotes creativity. Arts promote neural connections. It promotes motor skills. It promotes problem solving abilities. And moreover, it connects. So many things are there. And today, I'm very, very happy that these children are all dealing with the arts. Now, I'll tell you a story. And the story goes like this in Hindi. And before starting of the story, I tell you two lines that मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. पंख से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. ये स्टोरी पिकासो की है. पिकासो एक फेमस पेंटर थे, बहुत मशहूर चित्रकार थे. उनकी पेंटिंग करोड़ों रुपए में, अरबों रुपए में बिका करती थी. और वो केवल स्पेन के नहीं बल्कि सारी दुनिया के लोग उनकी पेंटिंग के दीवाने थे. एक दिन पिकासो किसी काम से कहीं जा रहे थे. रास्ते में शाम हो जाने की वजह से उन्होंने गांव में ही रुकने का फैसला किया. उस जगह पिकासो पहली बार आए थे. उन लोग उनको जानते नहीं थे कि ये पिकासो हैं, मशहूर चित्रकार. लेकिन ऐसे लोगों की शक्लें लोग पहचानते हैं. रास्ते में गुजरती हुई एक महिला की नजर जैसे ही पिकासो पर पड़ी, वो संयोग से उसने पहचाना और दौड़ती हुई आई और कहने लगी, सर मैं आपकी बहुत बड़ी फैन हूँ, आपकी पेंटिंग मुझे बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है, क्या आप मेरे लिए एक पेंटिंग बनाएंगे? शुरू में तो पिकासो ने बहुत कोशिश की टाल मटोल करने की. बोले मैं खाली हाथ हूँ, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है, मैं आपके लिए बाद में पेंटिंग बना दूंगा. लेकिन उस महिला ने जिद पकड़ ली और वो कहने लगी कि आप मुझे अभी एक पेंटिंग बनाकर दो, पता नहीं बाद में मैं आपसे मिल भी पाऊंगी या नहीं. जब उसकी जिद इतनी देख के पिकासो ने जेब से एक कागज निकाला और अपने पेन से उस पे एक पेंटिंग बना के 10 सेकंड के अंदर उसको दे दी और कहा ये $1 मिलियन की पेंटिंग है. उस महिला को बड़ा अजीब लगा कि 10 सेकंड में जल्दी से पिकासो ने एक काम चलाओ पेंटिंग बना दी मुझे बेवकूफ बनाने के लिए, और बोल रहे हैं कि $1 मिलियन की पेंटिंग है. परंतु उसने कहा कुछ नहीं, चुपचाप पेंटिंग ली, अपने घर आ गई. लेकिन उसके मन में सदैव एक विचार रहा कि पता नहीं है कैसे आदमी है, इस तरह से मुझे एक बना के दे दिया बेकार सी चीज. लेकिन फिर भी मैं देखती हूँ मार्केट में जाके, क्या पता बात सच्ची हो. वो उस कागज को लेके मार्केट में गई और मार्केट में उसने इस पेंटिंग की कीमत पता की. उसके आश्चर्य का ठिकाना नहीं रहा जब उसे पता चला कि वह पेंटिंग वास्तव में $1 मिलियन की थी. अब वो भागी फिर पिकासो के पास आई और बोली, सर आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा था, यह सचमुच $1 की पेंटिंग है. उसकी बात सुनकर पिकासो मुस्कुराए. पिकासो को मुस्कुराते हुए देखकर महिला बोली कि सर आप मुझे अपनी स्टूडेंट बना लीजिए, मुझे भी पेंटिंग बनाना सिखा दीजिए. जैसे आपने 10 सेकंड में $1 मिलियन की पेंटिंग बना दी, वैसे ही मैं 10 सेकंड में ना सही 20 में 30 में और हो सकता है 1 घंटे में ठीक ढंग की पेंटिंग बना दूं. पिकासो ने हंसते हुए कहा, ये जो मैंने 10 सेकंड में पेंटिंग बनाई है, इसको सीखने में मुझे 30 साल का समय लगा है. मैंने अपने जीवन के 30 साल सीखने में दिए हैं, तुम भी दे दो, सीख जाओगी. वह महिला अवाक होकर, निशब्द होकर पिकासो को देखती रह गई. प्यारे छात्रों, जब हम दूसरों को सफल होता देखते हैं तो हमें बहुत आसान लगता है. हमें लगता है कि ये कितनी जल्दी हो गया, कितनी जल्दी सफल हो गया, लेकिन उस सफलता के पीछे कितने सालों का परिश्रम है, कितने सालों की तपस्या है, ये कोई नहीं जान पाता। सफलता तो एक पल में मिल जाती है, लेकिन सफलता पाने की तैयारी में पूरा जीवन कुर्बान करना पड़ता है। अगर आप किसी भवन को देखें तो उस भवन को देख के आप उसकी सुंदरता की तारीफ करेंगे, परंतु कभी भी आप नींव की ईंट की तरफ नहीं देखेंगे जिस पर सारा भवन टिका हुआ है। मजबूत नींव पर ही मजबूत मकान टिका होता है। So, my dear friends, I'll tell you only one thing, that is learn basics and strengthen your skills. आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं आपके भविष्य के लिए, और आपके प्राचार्य जिन्होंने आपको यहाँ भेजा है, आपके मैनेजमेंट टीम और आपके टीचर्स जिन्होंने आपके लिए मेहनत की है, उन सबको मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir, for your kind blessings. Here are some glimpses of the creative efforts of this year's competition. The many categories of the painting will be showcased in form of a video compilation for all the viewers. respected founder father, Kulpati Dr. K.M. Munshi, I would now like to invite Dr. C.K. Arya, Manager, MEHTA Vidyalaya, to speak a few.
हेलो हेलो, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
हाँ, थैंक यू। परम सम्माननीय चीफ गेस्ट श्री अशोक प्रधान जी, आदरणीय रजिस्ट्रार साहब, डिप्टी रजिस्ट्रार श्री भारद्वाज जी, डॉक्टर A.K. शर्मा, मैडम अंजू टंडन, वाइस प्रिंसिपल श्री जायसवाल और प्यारे बच्चों, मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, आज मुंशी मेमोरियल इंटर स्कूल रेसिटेशन एंड लीलावती मुंशी मेमोरियल पेंटिंग कंपटीशन 2022 के इस वर्चुअल प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के अवसर पर हमारे मेहता विद्यालय के आयोजकों ने मुझे आदरणीय मुंशी जी के प्रति श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित करने के लिए यह अवसर प्रदान किया। इसके लिए मैं उनका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ। अभी आप लोगों ने बहुत विस्तार से आदरणीय प्रधान जी से, डॉक्टर A.K. शर्मा जी से और मैडम अंजू टंडन से इस तमाम कार्यक्रम के विषय में सुना। मैं संक्षेप में केवल 2 बात कहना चाहूँगा। जैसे श्री K.M. मुंशी जी का व्यक्तित्व बहुआयामी व्यक्तित्व था। वो एक कुशल प्रशासक, एक एमिनेंट विधिवेत्ता, प्रसिद्ध विधिवेत्ता, स्वतंत्रता सेनानी और अनेक गुणों से संपन्न थे। उसी प्रकार से उनकी इच्छा थी कि भारत का एक एक बालक इस प्रकार के संपूर्ण व्यक्तित्व का धनी बने, और इसी कारण उन्होंने अपने तमाम प्रशासनिक और राजनीतिक जीवन के बाद ये तय किया कि मैं ऐसे भारत का निर्माण करना चाहता हूं जिसका एक एक नागरिक ऐसा हो जिसका व्यक्तित्व उसी प्रकार से बहुआयामी हो, जिस प्रकार से हम मुंशी जी के व्यक्तित्व में गुणों का दर्शन करते हैं। और उस परिणाम स्वरूप उन्होंने अनेक शाखाएं भारतीय विद्या भवन को संस्थापित करके संस्थाओं का उन्होंने स्थापना की। ये हम लोगों के लिए बड़े सौभाग्य की बात है। और संस्थाएं किस प्रकार से अपने बच्चों के व्यक्तित्व को निखार सकती हैं, इसके लिए जो कॉम्पिटिशन्स किए गए उनमें ये कुछ कॉम्पिटिशन्स हैं जो मुंशी जी के नाम पर और उनकी श्रीमती के नाम पर हम तमाम विद्यालयों, जो हमारे भारतीय विद्या भवन के विद्यालय हैं, उन विद्यालयों में का इंटर कॉम्पिटिशन्स हैं वो हम करते हैं। इसीलिए कि जब व्यक्तित्व के निखार के लिए ये बहुत आवश्यक होता है कि व्यक्तित्व के सामने एक प्रतिस्पर्धा हो, एक कंपटीशन हो, और इस कंपटीशन के माध्यम से हम भारतीय विद्या भवन के जितने विद्यालय हैं उन विद्यालयों के बच्चों के व्यक्तित्व को सर्वांगीण बनाने का प्रयास करते हैं। उसी दिशा में यह भी एक प्रयास है। हम वास्तव में मुंशी जी के जीवन से एक प्रेरणा प्राप्त करके अपने बच्चों को उन तमाम गुणों के आधान का प्रयास हम करते हैं। तमाम विद्यालय हमारे इस कोशिश को करते हैं। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि निश्चित रूप से हमारे ये विद्यालय मुंशी जी के स्वप्न को साकार करने में निश्चित रूप से सफल होंगे, समर्थ होंगे। और मेरे तमाम प्राचार्य जो इन कार्यक्रमों में के आयोजन करते हैं, उन आयोजकों की सफलता के लिए जो हमारे अध्यापकों के प्रयास हैं, जो हमारे विद्यार्थियों के आयाम हैं, निश्चित रूप से वे उस दिशा की ओर जाते हैं जिस दिशा का संकेत के मुंशी जी ने अपने व्यक्तित्व के माध्यम से सारे संसार को दिए। हम आज इस अवसर पर अपने तमाम उन विद्यार्थियों का जिन्होंने इस प्रतिस्पर्धा में पुरस्कार जीते हैं, उन सबको मैं बधाई देता हूं और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं इसी प्रकार से अपने व्यक्तित्व के निखार का प्रयास भविष्य में करते रहेंगे। इसी के साथ आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir, for your lovely illumination on the life of Munshi ji. Before I come to the much-awaited event of this evening, I would like to share a quote by Nora Roberts. There is no reward without work, no victory without effort, and no battle won without risk. The enthusiasm displayed by each of our participants has been exceedingly admirable, and I am confident that each of them has benefited much. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mrs. Sharmila Saha, Chief Coordinator of Munshi Memorial Inter-School Recitation and Leelavati Painting Competition 2022 to announce the winners of competition's many categories.
Thank you, Palak. Good evening, respected Shri Ashok Pradhanji, Director, Delhi Kendra, and all present today. To begin with the first event of the competition, English recitation. In the senior category, we have Yuvika Kandari from Lakshman Public School, who wins the first position. Avni Sood from Bharatiya Public School, Pitampura, gets the second position. And Chetan Kumar from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya bags the third position. In the junior category, Meher Agarwal of Mothers International School bags the first position. The second position has been won by Zara Vickers from Modern School, Barakhamba Road. And the third position goes to Rudransh Tiwari from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya. In English recitation sub-junior category, we have Dhanvi Dua from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya winning the first position, followed by Dhwani Praveen from Amity International School, Vasundhara, winning the second position. And the third position goes to Dia Sanu from Navy Children's School. Moving on to the second event, Hindi recitation senior category, we have Mehek Srivastava from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya bagging the first position. The second position is won by Arna Srivastava from Bluebells International School, followed by Ananya Kumar from Air Force Bal Bharati School, getting the third position. In Hindi recitation junior category, Arohi Pandey from Shahid Rajpal Devi Public School wins the first position. The second position goes to Shriya Gupta from Gyan Bharati School, and the third position is won by Abhinav Verma from Titiksha Public School. In Hindi recitation sub-junior category, we have Aradhya Saxena from Bal Bharati Public School, Gangaram Hospital Marg, who wins the first position. Bhumika from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya gets the second position. And Amira Goel from Springdale School, Dholakwa gets the third position. Next, we have Sanskrit Shloka Gayan competition. In the senior category, Himani Dua from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya wins the first position, followed by Niranjan Pandey from Amity International School, Vasundhara, winning the second position. And Malvika Nair from Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, gets the third position. In the junior category, Jaydeep Patidar from Army Public School, Shankar Vihar, wins the first position. Antara Sharma from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya wins the second position. And Anushka Singh from Alton Public School wins the third position. Moving on to Leelavati Painting Competition, general category. In the seniors, we have G. Jaya Harshini from Gyan Bharati School, Saket, who wins the first position. The second position is won by Debankan Bar from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya. And the third position goes to Amira Sarna from Springdale School, Dholakwa. Coming to junior category, Trinava Bose from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya gets the first position. Shivika Bose from Springdale School, Dholakwa wins the second position. And Kanak Agarwal from Bal Bharati Public School, Gangaram Hospital Marg wins the third position. In the sub-junior category, Vedika Keshwani from Bal Bharati Public School, Gangaram Hospital Marg gets the first position. Smritiman Chakravarti from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's MEHTA Vidyalaya gets the second position, followed by Inayat Kaur from Springdale School, Dholakwa, getting the third position. In the painting competition for children with special needs, we have in the senior category, Harmanjeet Singh from Army Public School, Shankar Vihar, who wins the first position. Ishya Bajaj from Springdale School, Dhalakuma, bags the second position. And Ayush from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, MEHTA Vidyalaya gets the third position. In the junior category, Mahima Verma from Air Force Bal Bharati bags the first position. Mariam Mashkoor from Bal Bharati Public School, Gangaram Hospital Mark wins the second position. And Kinchak Ratan from Springdale School, Dhalakuma gets the third position.
Let us now watch a short recitation video of one of our prize winners.
Good morning, respected judges and teachers. I Dhanvi Dua of class 5th from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, MEHTA Vidyalaya. Today I would like to present a beautiful poem before you all. The title of the poem is The Owl, written by Ruskin Bond. This poem tells us about the qualities and the importance of the bird owl. At night, when all is still, the forest sentinel glides silently across the hill and perches in an old pine tree. A friendly presence his. No harm can come from night bird on the prowl. His cry is mellow, much softer than a peacock's call. Why then this fear of owls calling in the night? If men must speak, then owl must hoot. They have the right, on me it cast. No spell, rather it seems to cry. The night is good. All's well, all's well. Thank you.
My best wishes to all the proud winners. Certificates of all prize winners will be mailed by 30th April and participation certificates will be mailed to their respective coordinating teachers latest by Wednesday, 4th May. Let us now watch a short feedback of this year's competition from the participants.
आज मैं आप सभी के सामने अपनी ऑनलाइन प्रतियोगिता का अनुभव बताने जा रहा हूं। ऑनलाइन प्रतियोगिता का मेरा अनुभव यह है कि मैंने प्रतियोगिता का आनंद लिया और इसने मेरे कैमरे के डर को कम कर दिया। मेरे बोलने के कौशल में वृद्धि हुई और मुझे पता चला कि मैं धाराप्रवह कविताएं बोल सकता हूं। कविताएं बोलने से मेरे उच्चारण कौशल में सुधार होता है। मुझे पता चला कि हमें कब और कहां कौन सा भाव देना है। जैसे कि अगर कोई खुशी का पल है तो मैं मुस्कुराऊंगा और इससे मेरी आवाज़ भी बेहतर होगी। और मैं आपसे हर साल इन कविता पाठों का संचालन करने का अनुरोध करता हूं ताकि मैं अपने बोलने के कौशल में सुधार कर सकूं। धन्यवाद।
Art is just like an endless ocean of peace. This was the first time I participated in Munshi Memorial Art Competition. My experience of this competition was delightfully enjoyable. Everything went smoothly. In the competition, the topics were very interesting and it started well on time. I enjoyed making the painting so much that I didn't even notice when it got finished. While painting, it felt to me like I was inside a world of art. It would be quite a pleasure if I could do Munshi Memorial Art Competition in the upcoming years too. It helped me improve my painting skills as I got to know how to manage time by painting fast. This was my best art competition ever, and I will always cherish it with all my heart. Thank you.
So when I was making the video for the poem, I tried a lot and it helped me get fluent while reciting the poem in Hindi. And also it helped me know the technology that I have to add the video in the YouTube. So overall, doing this competition was very nice for me and a great opportunity for doing good recitations in Hindi poems, which will help me in future as well. Thank you for the opportunity.
I really love this competition as I'm a nature lover and I don't like deforestation and climate change. This is destroying nature. Hence, I took up the topic, my dream, in which I dream of a luscious green earth with many creatures and plants. Thank you.
My views on this online painting competition was that I enjoyed the experience of having the topic given on the spot and my imagination flowing freely with colors all over my sheet. But there was something missing. That was all of us being there together for the offline version of this competition. The pandemic did ruin the small joy of having all of us for this competition, but did not diminish the fact that it did not let us diminish the imagination and creativity in all of us. Overall, I really enjoyed this competition and hope to attend more such competitions like these in the future. Thank you.
As we come to the conclusion of today's ceremony, I invite Mrs. Alka Jaiswal, Vice Principal, MEHTA Vidyalaya, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Palak. A very pleasant evening to the dignitaries on the online dais, colleagues, and my dear students. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan was built by our founder father, Dr. Kanhaiyalal Maneklal Munshi, in 1938 with the blessings of Mahatma Gandhi. Munshiji built Bhavan with the dedication of one engrossed in raising a temple and envisioned this institution as a divine temple of learning. Bhavan continues to carry forward India's ageless message of faith, self-discipline, and devotion. Shraddha, Samyanand, and Samarpan. Our ideal is Ano Bhadra Kratvo Yantu Vishvataha. Let noble thoughts come to us from every side. Today is a momentous and solemn occasion when we all have gathered to honor the meritorious prize winners in the Munshi Memorial Inter-School Painting Competition and Srimati Leelavati Munshi Memorial Painting Competition. Every year we organize this prestigious competition as a mark of respect for our founder father. On behalf of principal, staff, and students of MEHTA Vidyalaya, I accord my profound gratitude to our erudite, pragmatic, articulate, and visionary chief guest, Shri Ashok Pradhan, Director Bhavan's Delhi Kendra, for his encouraging keynote address. We are immensely grateful to Shri Rajesh Mishra, Registrar Bhavan's Delhi Kendra, for gracing this occasion with his benign presence. His eminence and stature have grown with the series of portfolios. We are extremely fortunate to have amongst us our mentor and guide, Shri Anil Sharma, Regional Education Officer, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, for blessing and motivating all of us with his encouraging words. Heartfelt thanks from the core of my heart are further due to our torchbearer and scholar, Dr. C.K. Arya, for highlighting the ideals and principles of our founder father, Shri K.M. Munshiji. Sir, your presence is a source of inspiration for all of us. I further express my sincere thanks to our dynamic and multifaceted principal, Dr. Mrs. Anju Tandon, for welcoming all dignitaries in this august gathering. I also extend my gratitude to all judges for sparing their valuable time in doing the most difficult task of evaluation and doing judgments. My commendable efforts and hard work of today's Chief Coordinator, Mrs. Sharmila Saha, and her core team of teachers also needs a special mention. Let me also thank all heads, in charges, and teachers of English, Hindi, Sanskrit, Fine Arts, and IT department for their collaborative and focused efforts in conducting various competitions and weaving this program on the online platform. Let me not forget to acknowledge the support and contribution of our office staff, Mrs. Hema Venkat, Mr. Semwal, and Mr. Goyal, for their administrative support. My special appreciation for Palak Sharma of 12th B for marvelous comparing. I would be failing in my duty if I do not appreciate and congratulate all students and teachers of winning and participating schools. We are extremely honored to have you as our esteemed guests. Last but not the least, I thank all volunteer students for performing their duties in different fields with full dedication. We are indeed indebted to all parents and students for being a wonderful audience and for their cooperation and support in making this event on the digital platform a resounding success. I thank you all once again.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you all for joining us this evening and making our prize distribution ceremony a resounding success. Please switch off our cameras and let us rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे